Hey everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to have you all. I hope you're having a beautiful Friday. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're here on the replay, know that you'll have just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join us live, all of the regular days and times that I stream are listed in the description below, as are links to my online Reiki certification courses, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media. If you are here live, go ahead and click that live chat button and let me know what's your healing request. We'll go ahead and start things off with a beautiful crystal grid built to exactly the request that everyone here has. And at about the 45-minute to an hour point, we will transition into simply music, crystals, and Reiki, sent to you wherever and whenever you happen to be. If you are watching this on the replay and you do want to skip ahead to just the healing and bypass all of the awesome talk about crystals, go right ahead. Go ahead to about the 1 hour point or when you see the lights begin to shift, and it will begin then. So go ahead, those of you who are here, say hi in the chat. We're going to go ahead over and take a peek at the crystal grid already in progress for all of you. Okay, awesome. So it's good to see you all. Let's see who we have here. Blue Sky, Cora Carr, Jade, Key, Chris, Cora Carr. Awesome. Love to see you all. Oh, it's Key and Patty tonight. Awesome. Even better. Oh, it's so good to see you all. Okay, so for our crystal grid, and let's see. Let me turn the light up just a bit for y'all. There we go. Okay, so we have, to start us off, we have some beautiful nephrite jade. It is sort of an all-around blessing stone for home, romance, family, career, life in general, just good fortune all around. So we'll have that to help us bring out some beauty. We also have some blue lace agate. We are in the Mercury retrograde, which is a time when we're really meant to be reflecting inward, so communication outwardly becomes a little bit more challenging. This is a stone that can definitely help with that. It helps with expressing things that are a little bit more tender for us. It also helps us express things in a way that are a little bit more tender on the people who are hearing it. And it also supports throat health, especially if you've got like a sore throat or achy throat, which so many people have right now. I put in some smoky quartz because I feel like some transmutation, some protection energy, and just to optimize the flow of energy, super helpful right now. We also have the copper spiral underneath. This copper spiral helps to get the energy moving and flowing, getting any blockages out of the way. We've got some citrine here. Citrine helps to attract financial abundance while helping us to balance logic and intuition. We've got some moss agate to help us with all of the viruses and bacterial infections and everything else that we're all struggling with right now. This helps to clear and balance the body from all of those. And also, last but not least, some incredible green peridot. This helps us to move past old patterns that we have that are not in our highest good, and helps to establish new and reaffirm old friendships that can help support the new steps in our lives. So, and there we go. So that's what we have to ground it. And oh, awesome. It's good to see you, Fiat Luna. Good to see you. So let's go ahead through everybody's request. I know we'll have time for everybody today. Totally cool. So let's see what we got. Blue kyanite, absolutely. And you can request specific crystals or for the overall intention that you have, or both. All of the above are totally fine. So we have a request for, there's already moss agate. Read your mind. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely some moss agate. While you're here, if anybody has another use or another way that they work with moss agate, let me know. Really interested. I've only started working with that personally fairly recently, And I've definitely used it for quite a bit of help with folks who've struggled with like just being physically ill. But I'd love to know how all of you use it too. But blue kyanite will bring some in. We'll also bring in, happy Friday the 13th. I see the request for insomnia, so we'll bring that in too. We've got some Iolite, labradorite, and amethyst. Sorry about all that clanking around. So let's bring those in. So we'll start off with some beautiful amethyst. This not only helps with sleep, it also helps anytime that we're doing any self-improvement work to kind of keep things light, keep us from sort of blaming ourselves and feeling shamey about things, helping us to simply say, it's okay, I know better now, I'm changing things now going forward. It also helps us to accept our responsibility and take responsibility for ourselves, but not be overly responsible for others. And it's very much linked with recovery from substance abuse, addiction, and even compulsions. Sometimes linked even specifically with 12 steps. So we'll bring those in. I hope that's helpful. Also for aid in sleeping is Iolite. We use this in almost every grid. Iolite helps with a number of things, including imagery, like when we're meditating or doing shamanic journeying in a way that's visionary and we're seeing things, this helps bring that imagery through. Also helps us to ground after that kind of work, as well as help us with weight loss if that's an intention we have, as well as fever, and even helping us manage our money better. So that one comes out pretty frequently. Blue kyanite is helpful for just self-acceptance on the most basic and profound levels at the same time. It helps us to be just spiritually proud of ourselves, proud of us for who we are on a very fundamental level, not so much what we've done or what we have to show for it, not that kind of pride, more I am proud of who I am kind of energy. Also thought to be really helpful for brain injury and stroke, where it's impacted speech or mobility, as well as understanding the intuitive messages that we get when we're meditating, dreaming, doing tarot, anything like that. So we'll bring some of this in. It's a really powerful and supportive stone at the same time. Korakaru, use moss agate for grounding and releasing stress. Heart chakra and connecting with earth spirit, earth angels, guides, and fae. Oh, I love that. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you spelled unikite right. Okay, I will put that in too. Okay, so awesome. So let's see. Also for sleep, let's bring in some labradorite. I moved everything around and I'm still getting used to it. Let's see. Labradorite is fantastic for a number of things as well. It's one that I often look to when I'm studying or trying to learn something new. It's very much linked with research. So when I'm taking in a lot of information and I want to make sense of it, labradorite and tiger eye as well, very helpful for sleep and clairvoyance to help open up our intuition, but also in a very grounding way, much like Iolite. This is a stone that can help us with calming discord, especially when it's sort of aggro energy, like I almost want to say like Karen-like energy. It helps us ground the energy that might be coming in from that sort of a source. It's actually one that I give to friends that work in customer service or work with a lot of customers that like in a retail type setting or a fast-paced type setting. It can be really helpful for that too. But also helpful for taking joy in your travel. So if you're going on a vacation or a trip and you really want to enjoy the time that you're there, this is a lovely one to bring along. Also helps you get better sleep if jet lag is going to be an issue. Gotcha. Yeah, definitely breaking patterns. So is amethyst helpful when you keep repeating the same mistakes? Or is there another stone to support you breaking out of that pattern? Definitely the green peridot, which is in there, can help with breaking up repeated patterns, like we keep doing the same darn thing. And it helps to support relationships that support the replacement to those cycles. Amethyst can help. Peridot is much more helpful. There's also some other ones too. So the first one that can help with that, this came out at the 4 o'clock too. This is Indigo Gabbro, also goes by Mystic Merlinite. Merlinite is a different stone. Mystic Merlinite, but most often Indigo Gabbro. It's this purple and black. It's really striking stone. It looks very different polished than it does rough, but I like this stone both ways. This can help us to see the ways in which we get in our own way. The way I have it described on the website is it helps to bring to light detrimental tendencies. So the things we do that undermine ourselves, it brings those to light so we can change them and kind of start to work through them. It's very grounding, but also has a connection to the third eye, so to spirit. So it's almost like allowing our spirit guides to be like, do you notice that? So this can be helpful too. And malachite can be helpful for that as well, especially if it's something that we're attached to that really has like its basis in our heart center or an emotional basis, which a lot of times patterns do. This is one that helps us to be in that space of, okay, I need to let this go, even though I know this pattern that I have is connected to these wounds, or it might involve shifting out of this relationship or out of something that I find comforting, like letting go of those sort of maladaptive traits that we create. Malachite can be helpful for that. It can help soothe us while we go through those things. So I hope that helps. Bring in a little bit more malachite. Okay. Absolutely. Hey, Martha, good to see you. Let's see. Grounding and releasing stress from moss agate. I got to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's see. Awesome. So we have Greg and Susan, health and materialization. Vincent, spiritual focus and channeling. Absolutely. I've got this and this for that. Patty, for your mother, for prosperity, your father's colon cancer, and being forced into retirement. I'm so sorry. So we'll start with channeling and that kind of focus. This is sapphire. And yeah, this is how it actually forms. Not all stones that we think of as for fine jewelry, not all the specimens that exist in the world are meant to be plopped into what we would see as like an aesthetically pleasing necklace or what have you. So this is, I want you to actually see the form it takes. This is the shape that it takes when it grows. Yeah, this is actual sapphire. It's just As sapphire, some of it is clear and what we would consider like really brilliant and something that we would put in fine jewelry. And some of it is what I actually think is even kind of nicer, are these sort of just rough, raw stones and this beautiful natural color. So sapphire is helpful for channeling, mediumship, connecting to spirit, and deepening that intuitive connection so we can better get those messages through. We get them through more clearly. It helps us to share those messages with a third party in a way that's meaningful to them and that they can understand. So we'll bring this in. So blue sapphire. We'll also bring in some chevron amethyst. This helps us with asking the universe for what we need and want, so manifesting on one hand, because it helps us to, on a very spiritual level, connect with spirit and not just say, darn it, this is what I want, here's a picture of it, which is more like The Secret, but more like, hey, okay, universe, this is what I want and need. And being open to the universe saying, okay, that's a little to your left, and are you sure you want that? And okay, well, to get there, you have to go through this first. This is more like a dialogue between you and the universe. In that regard, it's also excellent for things like channeling and mediumship. It's helpful for also journey work and visionary work. So along with things like Iolite, if you want to do any kind of visionary meditation, shamanic work, this can help you to enhance that connection and to see and hear better. Also helps with tolerance of others. And it's thought to be helpful for things like diseases and disorders that impact, like that are debilitating on an ongoing level, like degenerative diseases. So it could be anything from like degenerative, like a bone breakdown, or, even some of the more intense and scary neurodegenerative stuff. It's thought to be helpful for that. So we'll go ahead and we'll put it on either side of this, right up there with the other amethyst. So I hope that's helpful. We also have colon cancer. And of course, as I always mention, all the stones are helpful in a complementary method. Do all the things you can to help yourself, including the modern medicine, yes. The holistic stuff, sure. Crystals and Reiki aren't really going to harm anything. The only way you can harm somebody with stones is, one, to put some of them in water and drink them. They are natural specimens. I mean, one we have here has mercury in it. Don't put them in water and drink it. And two, if you throw them hard enough, like that's the only way it's going to hurt. So use all the things at your disposal, especially when you're working with something that serious. This is one that is long thought to help direct healing energy exactly to where it's most needed. Whether it's energy healing, modern medicine, whatever the case may be. Apologies in advance for the siren going by. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't very zen. Here is, it also really helps with focusing the mind as well as balancing the mind-body connection and bringing us energy, especially if it's replenishing energy. Like after we've been ill or bouncing back from a surgery or something. Rutilated quartz is a superb stone for all of these things. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the center. As you might be able to see, it's clear quartz with those rutils coming through. Rutilated quartz, those rutils can be like a goldish, bronzish, almost copperish color, or even into like a silvery, look like pieces of silver. It can be anywhere in those shades. Okay, cool. So let's see, make sure I get everything else. For your mother, for prosperity, we have citrine. Let's bring in some pyrite. Fool's gold brings the real gold. This also helps with protection and connection to intuition, as well as protecting the lungs, especially helping us when we have something feverish that's impacting our upper respiratory tract, aids the memory, and is thought to help move Reiki through the body when we are getting a session. So we'll bring some pyrite in for some financial abundance and all of the other wonderful things that it does. And Greg and Susan, I feel like the chevron amethyst will help connect them to the right people, places, and things that can be supportive. Let's also bring in some jet for Patty and Key, as well as for Susan, who was here earlier, and some other folks that were here earlier and expressing some loss recently. This is jet. It's my favorite go-to stone for grief. This is wood that's been fossilized through usually volcanic activity, very, very intense hot heat, and it's a fairly quick process. This is a stone that helps us to be with our grief in a way where we can process it without being completely overwhelmed or just absolutely shut off and disconnected from our emotions. So it also is thought to help attract missing animals. So bring these in. And happy Friday, everyone. Hey, Heart, good to see you. Highland Love, I hope you're doing well. Onyx, I have black onyx. Is that the onyx you wanted? Sun and also cinnabar, sunstone, zoisite. And zoisite. Zoisite, I'd be interested to see what all of you use it for. I usually think of it as one that can aid with women's health, reproduction, and fertility, birth and also rebirth. This is zoisite here. Yeah, beautiful stone. If we have a moment, I'll even look up what some authors may think of it. Let's see, we'll put you here, actually here and here. Let's see what Cassandra Eason uses zoisite for. Oh, that's interesting. So Cassandra Eason mentions quite a bit of repeated strain type injuries, things like carpal tunnel, which is good to know. We have a few people that struggle with that, especially with the fingers, wrists, things like that. Also for emotionally for phobias. Yeah, it seems pretty interesting. Adding ruby is helpful. I can add ruby. Yeah, these specimens, sometimes zoisite does have ruby in it. These do not. This here is ruby. Ruby can be one that is really helpful for leadership skills, management type skills. When we're figuring out how to best manage a team or a larger project, this can be wonderful. How to see the big picture and take into account everyone's unique perspectives and talents and gifts, and how to harmonize the work around that. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that next to the zoisite. Tension headache, absolutely. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Highland Love. That's so sweet. I adore you all too. Let's see. Bringing stillness to the mind and body. Absolutely. Hey, future someone, happy Friday the 13th. Tension headache, absolutely. And I think the kitties stole my bag of green calcite. Green calcite can be really helpful for tension headaches. This is a stone that helps to dispel and relieve anxiety and stress, and helps us to also move that tension that it has us holding in the body to release it. So we can bring this in. We'll see where we end up bringing this. We may end up doing... Let's balance out that just a little bit more indigo gabbro. Balance that out. Also, for help with headaches, especially stress headaches, is rhodochrosite. In addition to being helpful for stress and tension headaches, this is a stone that helps with mother-child bonding and inner child work, as well as connecting with our ancestors if we're doing any kind of spiritual work there, as well as asthma. So it's also thought to help with heart rhythms, but I've never used it with that intention. But that's rhodochrosite. Yellow jasper. As far as sodalite, future someone, one of the kittens absolutely did steal that earlier, but I do have another piece here, and I also have yellow jasper. I do not have danbarite, unfortunately. If there's another stone you'd like, let me know. I do have leopard skin jasper, though. So yellow jasper really helps with empowerment from the solar plexus. We've also talked about a number of other things it can really do, but it very much supports and bolsters the sense of self and personal empowerment, helps you to stand up for your sense of will and moving forward with what you want to do, not being over-reliant on the opinions of others, as well as everything in balance with the solar plexus chakra, which is the sense of self, but also how to stand firm in who you are, but not stepping on other people's toes can be really helpful with that. Yes, kitties, isn't it something else? They love the sodalite. They continually take the sodalite. So we're going to bring this. So that's yellow jasper. And sodalite is helpful for the throat chakra. So not only the physical throat, any pain or congestion there, this is a stone that helps us to communicate, especially if it is like teaching or orating, if we're leading a discussion on something, if we're standing up in front of colleagues and leading an address of some kind. This can be very helpful, but also just in any way, shape, or form that we need to communicate and we find it difficult. Any kind of expression also extends to writing. So yeah, absolutely love sodalite. And we've got some blue lace agate to help a little bit too with the throat as it is. And aquamarine, you got it. I was thinking to put aquamarine in. Again, you read my mind. So this is one that helps with the teeth and the gums and all fluids of the body because it is related to aqua. But it's also really helpful for forgiveness and for deflecting kind of pettiness and aggression for the sake of aggression. So it really helps to calm and move away, kind of repel those emotional energies that are just kind of discordant in a sense. Another stone that I very much liken to like an anti-Karen stone. It helps to keep that energy away. It's also a stone that embodies the may justice prevail, like true justice prevail. So yeah, also great for really forgiveness and deflection of pettiness. Forgiveness in all the senses of not just, oh, forgive, it's all happy and light. It's also for, okay, I'm going to forgive this and set myself free kind of thing. So yeah. So here is aquamarine. Let's put these here. And leopard skin jasper helps us with everything that is connected to the animal kingdom. So connection with our animal guides, as well as healing our animals, and also anything having to do with the skin. So rashes, things like that. Helpful with coordination and balance, and also with attracting a soulmate. So here is leopard skin jasper. Okay. There we go, and there we go. We also had a request for orange sunstone. This is a stone that helps us to greatly expand our vision of our own potential. It allows us to be kind of reminded that we are not here to play small. And when we are thinking about the future and brainstorming, sometimes we can just sell ourselves short without even realizing it. This is a stone that helps us see past that. Cinnabar helps attract customers to any business. This is definitely a more dicey stone to work with. It's just these red speckles within this specimen, and it is mercury. So careful with this one. It definitely has been used for hundreds, if not thousands of years to attract customers to a business, but it is super, super toxic. So definitely, I don't suggest doing direct water infusions for any stone, but that one especially not. So yeah, but very good for businesses. Letting go of fear and frustration, absolutely. In complement to the yellow jasper, and helpful for things like frustration and anger, is dumortierite. This can also help with patience, but standing up for yourself. So it's standing up for yourself, and in that way that anger a lot of times can be a motivator, in that we're angry because we're not getting what we want or need in a particular situation. This is one that helps us to use that energy to speak up for ourselves and make the changes that need be made. Howlite's another one that can help with that. But when it comes to things like frustration, this can be really helpful. Also very helpful, like I said, for ligaments and tendons. And even it's thought to be really helpful for like nervous dogs. So we'll bring in dumortierite. Dumortierite, there we go. And letting go of fear, absolutely. Celestite can be really helpful with that. Letting go of fear, and also discerning when fear is intuition, like a warning and it's accurate, and when fear is anything else, like some kind of expectation of something bad happening, and it's just showing up as fear, but it's not fear as a warning that is helpful. It's fear that is motivated by, old wounds or any number of things. So celestite. This also helps us connect with the angelic realm. So if you want to feel your angels around you, if you want to hear their guidance around your soul's purpose or anything else. Also, if you want to relieve your experience of pain by kind of getting into the more spiritual chakras and disconnecting a little bit energetically from your physical body, this can be really helpful. So yeah, also higher wisdom and things like that. So let's go ahead and bring in some celestite. So there's our celestite, and healing for a friend with lung cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. A friend whose dog is dying. Oh, absolutely. Leopard skin jasper and rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite is helpful for connecting with our animals that have crossed over, and it can be good for the in-between, as well as leopard skin jasper being connected to our connection to our angels, helping, or our connection to animals, to our animal spirits, etc. And jet is an amazing grief stone, so I hope that that helps. We also have so lung cancer, definitely the rutilated quartz is thought to help direct healing exactly where it needs to go. Coming to terms with transition and transformation, jet could be very helpful. It's a type of fossilized wood that's been fossilized quickly, but there's also for like a hospice or like transitions type stone, malachite, and another one that we used at 4 o'clock but we don't use super often is regular petrified wood. So petrified wood helps us to see the cycles of life, death, and rebirth in a very different way. So this was a tree that was alive and living and thriving, and it died. And it had to die before it could go through its transition into stone. So it helps us with a lot of those transitions and a lot of coming to terms with bittersweet and in some cases just purely bitter transitions. So I'll bring this in. I hope that that's helpful. And I'm sorry about your friend. I hope you're doing okay. But yeah, it can help with that whole like life cycles kind of thing. And let's see what else we have here. And when Key and or Patty, not sure who's requesting this, revealing the hidden. What did we use on that last time? Because the first thing that comes to mind is blue tiger eye. This is very much linked with truth, but let me know what we may have used last time. Hey JS, I hope you're good too, and you're welcome, Martha. We're here for you. Let's see what else we have. Work anxiety, definitely green calcite, as well as tourmaline. Black tourmaline helps us to repel negative energy, which can ultimately make our experience around people who maybe are struggling or in a different place than us, a lot more comfortable for everyone around. It's an excellent empath type stone if you're empathic and you feel the energy of others and you tend to more easily take it on, or if you simply are just like inundated with energy that doesn't feel good to you. I have even crushed this up and sewn it into curtains. It works really well. Now let's go ahead and bring this in here and here. Amazonite, absolutely. Oh, we use Mukai Jasper. Labradorite or Celestite. Oh, we have both. Definitely Labradorite. Good call. Labradorite is excellent at healing, at revealing what's hidden. Clairvoyance. I'll also bring in Moonstone to help with that. Celestite's already there. But let's see Moonstone. Very much connected with the High Priestess. Good call. Thank you, Blue Sky. And Amazonite I will put in. And Mukai Jasper, absolutely. Yeah, Moonstone connected with the Divine Feminine, with Ancient Wisdom. Very much the High Priestess Tarot card is all about knowing what's going on, feeling the cycles, deep intuition. She is the secret keeper, the revealer of secrets. She knows everything. She doesn't usually say anything, but she knows everything. Also with help getting reconnected with the cycles of nature and with finding spiritually aligned love relationships as well as protection during travel. Absolutely. So let's bring this in. Let's do the smaller moonstones. So these are also moonstone. Moonstone can look a lot of different ways. And rainbow moonstone is actually white labradorite too, so it's like the in-between stone for both of those. Because they're all related. They're all forms of moonstone. We also have Amazonite, helps with supporting the healers and those who are the caretakers. It helps to loan some self-respect as well as remind the caretakers that their well-being is just as important and that they absolutely deserve the same caliber of care and love and compassion that they show others. It's also helpful for the spine and the spinal nerves as well, especially anything that has to do with pain in those areas. And this is one that's also thought to be really calming too. Thank you for your help there. Awesome. Clarity and intuition, diving into what you want and figuring out the steps you need to take. Gotcha. I will come back to that. Let's see, because I think we might be touching on a few stones that help that. Okay, so we've got Amazonite to help with spinal stenosis. Let's do some Unikite. And this. Okay. Unikite is helpful for everything that has to do with hormonal health, especially in women, just women's health in general, including but not limited to fertility, hormone balance, body fluids, metabolism, all of those things. This is also thought to be really helpful for quitting smoking and smoking cessation. as well as really any addiction in any case. So let's bring this in. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think we're cooking with gas there. Aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite helps with the balance and movement of Kundalini energy within the body because it balances and opens the lower chakras, the root chakra and the earth star, which have to do with grounding, our physical vitality, as well as moving forward with the things we need to do in life, the earth star chakra. So this is definitely helpful with making the moves you need to in life. Also with the soul star chakra, with understanding, like having the vision and foresight and intuition of what to move forward with. This is very helpful for what JS had requested. This is also helpful for optimizing the flow and movement of Kundalini energy within the body. Kundalini energy is wrapped up at the base of the spine. We could do a whole hour-long or many more conversation on just what Kundalini energy is and its movement. But essentially, it's a sacred energy within the body that to move it up and get everything aligned for that is something that can help you to achieve enlightenment. So this can be very, very helpful for all of those things. So we will bring this in. And this is aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. It's two different kinds of calcite together. Okay. We've also got, for finding soulmate and intuition, we have moonstone, definitely. We also have rutilated quartz. We have blue kyanite. We have sapphire, rose quartz, carnelian, lapis, mahogany, obsidian. Emerald and malachite we have. Okay, cool. You're so welcome, Chris. Okay, so, oh, and Mookite jasper we want too. All right, so emerald, we have, this helps to heal the skin and tissue, as well as bring back our zest and passion for life and work. Also for love life. Helps the upper respiratory area, especially the bronchia and the lungs, everything in the upper respiratory tract, including the sinuses as well. It helps to restore confidence to anyone who's been belittled or teased or been made feel less than because of appearance, especially if that's around weight. And yeah, really, like I said, lovely for healing skin and tissue too. So let's go ahead and bring some emerald around. Garnet can be exceptional for organizing and getting the courage to do the things you need to do to get the things done, to be practical, using your time really wisely. finding the best way to do things and not being just attached to one way to do them, as well as just materializing something that you've been dreaming about for quite some time. It's very much a January birthstone, and it's very aligned with Capricorn. So that's garnet. Red tiger eye is highly protective and is thought to help aid with the attraction of money, especially like really quick, if you need it really quick. But yeah, protective on the mundane, like bullying, being picked on, somebody targeting you in some way, all the way up to and including like really malevolent spiritual work, like nasty type stuff. Really helpful for all of the above. Very grounding and also really beautiful to look at. Lapis can be wonderful for work-related stuff too. This also aids pain and inflammation, but it's thought to help career, like support upward movement in career. Also thought to aid with honesty, openness, and communication, especially between you and someone else. It's like a really good integrity stone. So if you're looking to rise your level of integrity or to work with people who have a higher level of integrity, this is one to keep around. Also, anything that has to do with personal responsibility, and as well looking for upward potential in your workplace, including if that means leaving your workplace. So let's put some lapis out here. Mookaite is also known by Australia jasper, and it can be really helpful for balancing the decisions we need to make to move forward. So making decisions in alignment with our highest good also can be helpful for calming the digestion too. And all of these are Australia jasper or mookaite. Let's go ahead and put some mookaite right in the center here because it's so pretty. There we go. And it's also a great stone for accepting change. And let's see what else I can squeeze in here for us. Bringing stillness to the mind and body. Definitely rutilated is helpful. I would say prehnite. One of the things that this stone can help do is to help your mind stop wandering and allow you to connect to your more spiritual side. This is a stone that can help us to learn spiritual techniques as well as teach them, and can also help us refuse any demands that are unfair if we tend to be the yes person, then go, why did I say yes to that? This is a great stone to keep nearby. Also aids in opening up like visionary stuff like lucid dreaming, shamanic journeying, that kind of thing, if that's what you're looking to connect with. But yeah, very much helps stop the mind from wandering and allows you to focus, and it can be a very spiritual stone. So we'll go ahead and put this here. There we go. I think we got just about everything. Let's bring in some rose quartz and carnelian. Yeah, let's bring in some rose quartz and carnelian, and then we'll dive into the healing. Rose quartz is beautiful energy of unconditional love, and it is extremely consistent and just fully what it is at all times. This is a stone that can allow us to more easily make changes in our lives because it reminds us that when we let go of what's no longer serving, or say an unhealthy habit or anything like that, this is a stone that reminds us that there is something better that can come in and take its place rather than worrying that something worse will happen. So we'll bring in this rose quartz. And we'll do that here. And carnelian can help us with relationships and how we relate to the world around us. Not just romantic relationships, but yes, romantic relationships, fertility, sexuality, sexual dysfunction, all of that good stuff, as well as connecting to a really spiritually aligned and significant, healthy relationship. This is one that helps to call in all of that kind of good energy. Very much brings in vitality anytime that we feel apathy or laziness around our soul's purpose or moving forward. It helps to awaken and enliven our senses again and wanting to get back into the swing of things. Also thought to be exemplary for cold and allergies, but especially like upper respiratory type cold. So we'll bring this in. This can also be really helpful with balancing the energy in a workplace, families, anything like that, especially if it's just sort of discordant, it's not quite balancing out yet. This can be helpful. So, let's see. I think we're about ready to dive into the healing. Oh, awesome. Yay. Glad I read your mind. You are all so welcome. So yeah, thank you, Korakar, for reminding me. Definitely, please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTuber stuff. But I will be diving into quickly explaining what Reiki is and how it works and what to expect for those of you who might be new. And while I do that, I'm going to invite you all to help me boost the energy of the stream. And you can do that really simply. You don't even have to type into chat if you don't want to, but you're certainly encouraged to. Go ahead and start to think about some of the things that you are grateful for. You can type those into the chat. You can think them to yourselves. I will quickly explain what Reiki is to those who are new. So if you've been here before and you've heard me go through this a million times, go ahead and just think of those gratitudes, and we will be right back. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, all of it is linked in the description below, along with the regular days and times that I stream live here on YouTube. And you can always watch the replay episodes. We have a whole playlist there for you as well. So what is Reiki? The style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, which is named after the method's founder in early 1920s Japan. His name was Mikao Usui, and while he had studied many different types of spirituality and martial arts and all kinds of things, the very best way to describe what the actual energy is at its core comes from the indigenous spirituality of Japan known as Shintoism, in which everything has a soul and everything is linked. So you, the things around you, the animals around you, we're all interconnected. And within that interconnection, there are forces at play. One of those being the spiritually guided soul energy or life energy, which is roughly what Reiki translates to be. This energy isn't mine or yours or anyone's. It's just an energy that is flowing through all of us right now. Even if we don't know what it is or acknowledge it, it's already there. Essentially, what I'll be doing in this session is connecting to that energy and directing more of it to you to help your body, mind, and spirit work with it in your best, highest good to help you find the best balance and the best healing that you can at this moment. Your body, mind, and spirit are always working with this energy all the time. We're mostly made of water, and we need water for even our most basic functions in our body. Yet we don't have to focus or think about what the water does in our body. In fact, we can't really change much of it even if we wanted to. Reiki is very similar in that we don't even have to think about it. Our body automatically knows what to do with it. And in this case, it's always there. So during the session, when I direct this energy, and so there'll be more of it for your body, mind, and soul, you may experience it physically, feeling sensations in your body. You may have a shift in emotions, either emotions coming up or being released. You may notice some mental shifts. You might start to think about some things that could be helpful for you, or mentally parse some things out you've been struggling with, or even hear your subconscious. You might also get some spiritual guidance, or just the sense that you're surrounded by spirit, getting some intuitions. You may also just simply feel nice and relaxed and simply take a really beautiful nap. All of those are pretty common. You'll probably have some combination of all of the above, whatever helps support you most in this day and at this time. So what do you need to do? Nothing. Just make yourself as physically comfortable as you reasonably can. So lay down, sit up, close your eyes, grab a pillow, grab a blanket, whatever feels right. You don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. You can just sort of notice what comes up. If you're not sure if your mind's running away from you, or if this is like a helpful thing to kind of come through the mind, take a deep breath in and out, and your mind will come right back to center. During the session, it'll last 25 minutes, the end of which you'll hear my voice come in, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath, start to come back to your body, and then I'll reopen the chat. I'll listen to any questions that you have and happily answer them. Any experiences that you want to share with anyone, totally fine. You can go ahead and use that time as well. During the session, I will turn the lights down, so you'll see the lights move slowly and evenly through several different colors. At no point will it flash or a strobe. And the music playing, if you happen to enjoy it, is created by a lovely woman here on YouTube. Her information is down in the description as well, so you can check out her channel and see what she has going on. Also, just know that as we are all interconnected and I can direct more of this energy to you, it doesn't matter where you are physically located in regards to me here in Philly. It's also an energy that it doesn't matter when you are in terms of in the future. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. Just being open to receiving this energy will make it available to you. You can go ahead and enjoy it just the same way. Of course, if you do want to join us live, the info is in the description. You can subscribe with your notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity. And for those of you who are here live, if you ever find yourself in need of a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead to the past live stream healing playlist and just play any old healing session that looks appealing to you. I put the picture of the crystal grid in every archived thumbnail so that you can kind of glimpse through and just see what speaks to you and see what vibe is a match for you that day. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. Just to let you know, yes, Sunday is my birthday, and so with that, there is a sale in the Crystal Shop through Tuesday, January 17th, 2023, and the coupon code is This Is 42, the number 42. This is 42, all one word. And it will take 15% off any purchase over $25. So that's learnreikiphiladelphia.com/shop. So let's go ahead and dive back into the grid and get into the healing. Thank you all so much for all of these lovely, lovely well wishes. and lovely, lovely gratitudes. You all are so wonderful. Thank you so much. So everybody go ahead, get nice and comfy. Thank you for the positivity and for all of the appreciation. I really, really do appreciate it, and all of you. So go ahead, get cozy. I'm going to start with the healing, and I'll see you all in about 25 minutes. Enjoy your healing. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start to come back to your body. Hattie has some purrs for you. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure as always. As always, I'll be back Sunday night at 8 p.m. Perfect session. Well done. Well done, Martha. Thank you for the happy birthdays. Yep, Sunday is my birthday. I'll be back here at 8 p.m. on Sunday. And there is, as a reminder, a sale in the Crystal Shop, 15% off any purchase over $25 with the coupon code. This is 42. I don't have aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite in the store. Email me though. I have a couple of pieces. I just don't have a ton. Oh, I'm glad you went to the meditative place during your session. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting Sunday of teaching Reiki 2 and doing community distance Reiki and hanging out with these bubbalos. Oh, I think I hear a Gertie. She sees me hugging her sister, so she'll get nice and jealous. Yeah, this is 42 is the coupon code. And that's at learnedreikiphiladelphia.com/shop. Yeah. Yeah, you want to cuddle? You want to explore? You do you. You do you, babe. Oh, you all are so super welcome. Yeah, Gertie. Actually, Gertie is passed out over there. I crocheted a blanket that they absolutely love. Their claws keep getting stuck in it, but they love it. So I just have it like wadded up in the corner of the bed across from me and constantly are just asleep in it. They are so cute. They are so stinking cute. They're really growing into having their own personalities and starting to look like grown-up cats. They're officially not kittens anymore. They're young cats. They're like teenagers. What are you doing? You're welcome, Allison. Your cat is screaming. They're like, why can't I have Reiki? They can have Reiki. They can have all the Reiki they want. But yeah, I hope all of you have a beautiful weekend. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bite to eat and wind down my night and get ready to go to bed early so I can teach my Reiki class this weekend. And of course, if you want to learn more about my Reiki classes, they're linked in the description below. But it's so wonderful to see you all. Thank you for all of the beautiful energy and support and supporting one another. It is just absolutely wonderful to see. It really is just astounding. So yeah, you have a great weekend. I hope to see you all soon. Be back Sunday at 8. Bye for now. Have a gorgeous weekend and take care of yourselves.